Hello guys, Danny here. In today's video we're going to be taking a look at this Anker USB 3.0 hub. So this is a USB hub for your computer, really designed for desktops in mind. So I've had this for about 12 months, maybe a little bit longer, and I got it when I actually purchased my iMac. And the reason why I did purchase it is because if you know anything about iMacs, you'll know all the ports are all on the back. So getting to things like the card reader is not a major issue. I always find that pretty easy. But when I try and get to the USB ports, I do find it can be quite an issue trying to reach behind the iMac and connect, let's say, a USB stick or something like that. So I wanted a hub which I could basically have at the front of the iMac and which I could get easy access to. It comes nicely packaged, as always do Anker products, which I like. Simple packaging, but come presented quite nicely. Obviously I've had it out of the packaging already and been using it for quite a while. But this gives you an idea how it will come if you were to purchase it. So there we have it, the USB 3.0 hub, and you don't get much else in the packaging, only some instructions. So it comes with a metre long cable, so not overly long. It's probably more than enough for me. I would say I could get away with maybe half a metre long cable because I have this next to the iMac. But if your desktop's a little bit far away from where you're planning on putting the hub, a metre should be good enough. If you need it obviously longer than that, you probably have to get you some sort of extension cable. The USB connector is quite large. I didn't expect it to be this big. It's not been an issue with me in the iMac. It plugs in fine, but that's something to just bear in mind. So this is just a dual port hub, so it's just got two USB ports which are 3.0. I didn't need any more than that. It's just meant to sit in front of the iMac. So I wanted something which was small, compact. I didn't want loads of cables or loads of devices connected to the hub, as it were, because it would have looked a little bit untidy in front of the iMac. So this was more than enough for me. I have got a USB port hub, which is a larger one. I think it's a 6-port or something like that, which I have got hidden behind the back of the iMac, which have got a number of hard drives, etc. plugged into it. But this is just for in front of the iMac, so I can get quick access to the USB ports. So as you can imagine, it's quite easy to connect things via USB. They just slot in. Obviously much easier than reaching behind the iMac trying to find the USB ports. It's quite weighty, so it never seems to want to like tip up or anything like that, which is good. It's not overly heavy, it's just enough to keep things in place. So there's only a couple of things I don't like about the dual port hub. Probably the main one is being this LED light on the front. And when you do connect the device to the computer, the LED light comes on and it's really bright, it's like a blue light, and it's that bright in fact it actually shines onto the ceiling. So that gives you an idea how bright the LED light is. So what I in fact did was I took the rubber feet off the bottom and took the screws out, opened it up and actually disconnected the LED light. I just basically snapped the LED light and it still works fine, other than that the LED light doesn't come on now, which I wanted to do just because the LED light was kind of annoying me. Also, another thing I didn't like about it as much is the lack of colour options. You only can really get it in black. It would have been nice if they did a white version of this. That would have been quite cool for people like me who've got a white desk. But it's no big deal really, I'm quite happy with it overall. So I mostly use this to connect USB sticks, sometimes my iPhone and on occasion external drives. I find that the speeds I get through this are pretty good. They're as good as basically going straight into the iMac through its normal USB port. But do bear in mind that this is not a powered hub, so it's not connected to the mains or anything like that, so you are limited about how much power will be going through this. So if that could be an issue, that's something to bear in mind. For me personally, that's not an issue. In fact, I found it to be a strong point because I didn't want too many cables or anything like that. I wanted it to be just quite simple like it is. No cables to really worry about other than the one connecting to the computer. So for me that was a plus. For other people that may be a negative. So overall I'm really happy with the Anker dual port hub. The main reasons I picked it up was it's USB free. It doesn't need power, which I thought was a positive for me. I didn't want too many cables, as I've said. Also, the price, you can pick it up on amazon.co.uk for $9.99. So it's really a cheap USB 3.0 hub. I was looking at some of the kind of aluminium ones, what you can get, what fit in with the iMac in terms of look really well, but they can be quite expensive and I weren't kind of wanted to pay that sort of money. So overall the price was a good option, build quality is good, overall it's a really top product and definitely recommend it. I will leave links in the descriptions if you do want to purchase this from amazon.com or amazon.co.uk. Also I'll leave a link to the manufacturer's website if you want to know more technical information. So if you did like this video, then give it a thumbs up, it would be much appreciated. If you really enjoyed the video, then be sure to subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.